What up, what up, what up, everybody? Coming to you live from my parents' house. You like that harmony? Yeah, you better like that harmony. Episode 16 of the Changavi Aftershow. What is up, everyone? Hope you all are doing amazing. Those of you that are new here, I am Anuj Changavi, as the Indian community likes to call me, aka the auntie's man himself. No, I'm kidding. No one ever refers to me like that, so do not call me that. But if you're new here, welcome. This is the Changavi After Show, the show where I just talk shit for an hour. But it's the show I love to do the most because I get to rant about whatever I want, talk about whatever I want, and not listen to what other people have to say because I'm just egotistical like that. Nah. But for real though, like the Changavi After Show is the place where I just kind of talk about the stuff that didn't make the Changavi show. A lot of topics I go through, a lot of thoughts percolate up in my head. Ooh, that's a big word. And so the ones that don't make the polished final cut are seen on the after show. I tried to record this last night, but basically what ended up happening was the Wi-Fi in my house, as it usually is, shout out Frontier fucking Communications, sucked ass. So we had to adjust and now record the next morning. So here we are. It's not that early though. It's not that early. It's all bright and sunny outside, beautiful California weather. We got an hour. We got a bunch of thoughts to get through. So why don't we start with this, man? Why don't we start with this wonderful thought right here? Jack Harlow. Jack freaking Harlow. And I don't want to give too much away. I'm just going to give my initial reaction. For those of you that noticed, last night I posted a little IG hot take of the night because I've been thinking a lot about Harlow recently, bro. Jack Harlow has been taking over the rap industry. It's kind of crazy. If you think about it, right? Like hip hop is this predominantly African American industry, but every so often you'll have a white guy that kind of brings together all sorts of different people from different cultures, and everyone's like, I like this kid. Bring in Jack Harlow. It used to be Eminem, of course. MGK thought he was that, but he never was. And now it's Jack Harlow. Listen, what I like about Jack Harlow is that he's just relatable. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about it on the Changavi show. Spoiler alert, we're talking Harlow. Yeah, but Jack Harlow may have just unified the entire, like the generational divide, right? You look at my name tag, if you're on YouTube, you see Gen Zers are better than millennials, which I fully stand by because I think millennials can be very pretentious. But here's the thing. Jack Harlow has unified those two generations together. The millennials are like, oh, the Gen Zers are so into their technology and they don't like work from home and sip matcha lattes like us. Like they don't have an appreciation for the dial-up internet. I'm like, bitch, you were 5. You were 5 years old when the internet was being dialed up. Anyway, Jack Harlow is unifying these generational traumas that we see in our society today. The GLAM, it's being unified. People are unified by this, man. I talk to everyone. I talk to people my brother's age. They're like, bro, this snippet's fire, dude. I talk to people my age. They're like, GLAM. You talk to freaking, like, I'm sure like there's 35-year-olds who are like, everybody's into this. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Jack Harlow released a snippet on Twitter and on TikTok, I believe, were the two platforms that he used on Friday of his new song First Class, which is coming out this Friday, so this week. And it's been going viral all over the internet. It's a 20-second long snippet that has seemingly just attracted all of the hype. Everyone is hyped on this. Can't wait to see the full song. I am also hyped on this. But the thing is, my point is this. Millennials and Gen Z have both together just come together over this one TikTok snippet. It doesn't matter what side of TikTok you're on. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican, you're Democrat, you're Gen Z, you're a millennial, you're an old head on TikTok, you're new head on TikTok. Everyone's on that GLAM for different reasons. Right? The millennials are like, bro, that was the shit when I was in middle school, bro. When I was like, when I thought I was the shit, that was the song, bro. And then the Gen Zers are like, oh, I listened to that song playing GTA, and I entered the strip club, and the song started playing, right? So it's unified. It's literally, and this whole snippet has just unified all sides of TikTok, all individuals, all demographics, to just come together to this banger. I really hope the song is good. I feel like the expectations are so high that it's going to be like kind of mid. I hope I hope I'm not putting everybody's expectations too high. But I love Jack Harlow anyway. So even if this song is trash, which I don't think it will be, he's still like my favorite, but he's unifying like people. And the fact is, guys, Harlow's music catalog, I think I'm ready to say it right now officially. Jack Harlow is a top I'd say right now, 2022, Jack Harlow is a top 3 rapper in the game. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think he's putting out a consistent catalog. He's consistently putting out music. All of his songs are bangers that he puts out. There's nothing more that you can say that proves me otherwise. I mean, the guy he's fantastic at what he does. He does a variety of different songs, so like slower songs, faster upbeat party songs, and he's just a vibe. And him as a person is also just like, I really like Jack Harlow the person, because he just seems like such a cool dude. But anyway, that is my thoughts on Harlow for now, because we're doing a whole show, or not a whole show, but a segment of the show on Harlow as well. So I'm going to leave my thoughts for later with a little bit more evidence and a little bit more polish. So I just thought I would touch on this because this snippet of the GLAM is attracting everybody. The Fergie sample is too fire. But anyway, that's all I got on Harlow. So we'll move on, right? There are plenty of other topics in the sea. We talk about spring in the Bay Area for a second, because wow, the weather is phenomenal. I feel like every single thing I say about the Bay Area on this show is just like, it's phenomenal. Nah, fall in the Bay is very nice because it goes hot. It's like that Katy Perry song, "You're hot and you're cold." That's literally fall in the Bay Area. Spring in the Bay Area is just bipolar, because it's one day it'll be like today where it's like 75 degrees outside, and then tomorrow it's going to be like 56 degrees and just freezing. And it's just like, what the hell? People are like, oh my God, dude, 56 degrees is not freezing. I'm from the Midwest and it's like -3 there every day. I'm like, well, bitch, I don't live in the Midwest. I don't care. No, I'm kidding. Love all my Midwest audiences out there. But the Bay is just better. Springtime in the Bay, like, I don't know. Okay. But another thing, PSA for all my Bay Area people, springtime in the Bay sucks for me, but it's also like, I love the weather, but I can't be outside for too long because of the fucking cherry blossoms. I hate cherry blossom trees. They are my least favorite tree of all time. And in the Bay Area, for some reason, particularly in my home radius of about 10 miles, cherry blossom trees grow up the freaking ass. Everywhere there's a cherry blossom tree. My front yard, cherry blossom tree. Backyard, cherry blossom tree. The park, cherry blossom trees everywhere. It's so freaking irritating. It's like, bro, when will these stop freaking blossoming? Because I'm allergic to them. And so, like, every time I'm near one, I can just feel sneezes and watery eyes coming on for about 2 weeks. And my voice sounds like shit. And so I can't give you guys my full vocal intonation on the show because of the fucking cherry blossom trees. So cherry blossom trees in the Bay Area are hella annoying. At least in my area. I don't even know if there's like a lot of cherry blossom trees like around the city. I don't think so. It's not really that common around the city and in Oakland and in the northern parts of the Bay Area. But in the South Bay, cherry blossom trees are everywhere. And it's so freaking annoying. But I do enjoy the spring in the Bay Area, but I also feel like spring is one of those weird seasons where it's just like it's stalling for summer. It's like that weird phase between winter and summer that people like don't care about, and everyone's just waiting for summer because everyone's waiting for school to get out and work to relax a little bit, and so everyone can chill on the beach with like a cocktail or whatever it is people do during the summer. Everyone's waiting for summer to happen. That's the reality of the situation. Is that summer is near, but it's not here. Woo! That rhymed. Spring, yeah, spring is just that awkward. Spring is the puberty of seasons. It's just that awkward phase where it's like, your voice is cracking and you can see the rays of sunshine, but summer isn't really there yet, right? Because school hasn't gotten out, all of these things. And so it's kind of like that weird. That's why every college student probably hates spring quarter the most, because it's 12 weeks that each week is progressively teasing you more that summer is 1 week closer. But it doesn't feel like that, right? Because it's still fucking 3 months away. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but I spring, man. Spring is the puberty of seasons. That's the best analogy I've come up with. Fire for me. But listen, springtime in the Bay. I'm enjoying it. Good weather outside. Better vibes. And also a college decision to make by May 1st, which there will be more of that about that coming up later in the month. I got a plan. Anyway, let's get into the next topic because listen, I'm not one to cancel businesses, right? I love my small businesses. Bay Area small business is great. I try to support as many as I can. Shout out Great Bear, Cicero's where I work, all of these places. I love small business in the Bay Area. Well, technically, this place I'm about to shout out isn't really a small business, but I guess it kind of is. No, it's not a small business. It's not even a restaurant. It's not even a place. It's not a restaurant. It's not a bank. What the hell is this? And I'm about to shout out the business that just fucking ruins kids' lives around here. The only business in the world that deserves to be canceled. Elite. Elite. For those of you that know, all I have to say is that one word. Elite. And for those of you that don't know, what the hell is Elite? And Elite SAT camp. SAT/ACT camp. The worst, absolute worst business of all time. I don't care if you went to a bad restaurant and there was hair in your food or the waitress was mean to you. I don't give a fuck. Elite is worse. I hate Elite SAT prep with a freaking passion. This place, okay, is so horrible. It's so bad. They cost my parents a bunch of money. And Excel. Let's cancel Excel while we're at it. All test prep agencies around the Bay, JQ, Elite, fucking what is it? Excel, all of the test prep. Fusion, I believe, is one of them. Fission, Focus, some shit like that. All canceled. I hate all of them. I hate test prep agencies with a fucking passion. God, where do I start? See, I feel like I can talk shit about test prep agencies because I was a customer of these test prep agencies. My parents sent me to one of them, right? And I'm so happy. Like I got the resources to be sent to one of these things, but they're ass. They're horrible. They're terrible, and they promote absolute horrific mediocrity. Not mediocrity. They're just stupid. They're so dumb. Let me tell you about my experience at Elite, right? So obviously, I was like a pretty, I thought I was a pretty good student in high school. I had like a 3.5, 3.6 with trying exceptionally hard. I want to make that very clear. I tried very hard, and that was the most I could get to, which I'm content with. I think it was like a 3.5 or a 3.6. What's funny is that now that I don't care about school, I have a higher GPA. It's weird. I don't get how school works. Anyway, I had like a pretty average GPA, but my parents were like, "Oh, if he needs to get into good college, he needs good SAT scores." So they sent me to Elite because that they didn't send my brother there. And Elite, for those of you that don't know, is like the most intense SAT boot camp known to man. This place sucks. It's literally summer school. It is summer school combined with school. It is fucking awful. It's the worst summer of your life. And I had to do this the summer before my junior year, and it was terrible. I hated Elite. Okay? Let me explain why. Every day, it was Monday through Friday, okay? And Fridays were optional, but my parents made me go on Fridays because they're like, we are not wasting money. Understandable. It was Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. School. Literal school, except earlier. And every day, you'd wake up, you'd go to Elite early in the morning. This was before caffeine was, even a big part of my life, right? So you go to elite every morning, okay? You show up there, they hand you a practice test on Mondays, and they say, go take it. 4 hours of a SAT test every Monday. So by 12 o'clock, you're absolutely gassed and exhausted. It's freaking terrible. Okay? Then, then Tuesday is review of the test. And so you review your test all of Tuesday, and then you get a fuck ton of homework to do because you have to do homework to help better your skills at test taking. And this process repeats for 13 fucking weeks. 13 weeks. It's awful. It is the worst thing known to man. It is torture for children. It's torture for everybody. I don't care how much you love the SAT. This camp will exhaust your mind. I remember feeling like absolutely fried by the end of it. The last day of elite, it was like I exited prison. It was the greatest day of my life. And don't get me wrong, like the people I met at elite were super cool, and like I still follow a bunch of them on social media. Actually, a bunch of them probably watch the show, which is cool. So shout out to you guys. But I hate elite. I hate elite with a passion, and I hate Excel, and I hate all these test prep agencies. Why, Anuj? You haven't said anything as to why you hate them. Well, number one, I think they're just continue to promote this toxic climate of test taking. Okay, like, oh, you have to do this, this, and this. Here's a quick story about elite. So in elite, there were a bunch of different rooms, right? Like different classrooms where they would teach you how to take a fucking test, which, you know, we could talk about the quality of that education later. But there was a bunch of, what's it called? Yeah, there's a bunch of rooms, and they were all labeled after different colleges. So like the different Ivy League colleges, there's like 7 or 8, right? Like Harvard, Yale, Columbia, Dartmouth, Brown, couple others. I'm probably forgetting, a Penn. So they were labeled by that. And basically, according to prestige, like there, obviously everyone knows that there's like an Ivy prestige chart, and you were basically, what was so funny about this whole entire situation was that you were sent, like, there were different rooms. So there was like Cornell, there was Harvard, there was Yale, all of these rooms. And Ivy Leagues are, you know, they're ranked by different prestige. So like obviously like people look at the number one Ivy League as Harvard, right? And the worst Ivy was Cornell. And the funniest part was the elite like staff organized us into rooms based on like the different Ivies. So like the highest performing SAT test takers were in the Harvard room. And then the lowest performing SAT takers were in Cornell. So you could probably guess where I was. I was in Cornell. I was Cornell all day, baby. Even though I could never get in there in my wildest dreams. I could fucking never get into Cornell, even if I tried. So yeah, they would rank you by prestige, and they'd put all of like the low achievers in one room and all the high achievers in the other room. And it was just fucking awful. It's terrible. And so I ended up in obviously the low achieving room with the other, you know, bunch of burnouts and just kids who hated their fucking existence at elite. So we would just fuck around the entire time. Like we didn't care. I didn't care personally. I gave up around week 4 when I realized the system was absolutely bogus and didn't do anything. And overall, the whole experience was quite useless. Like, and that's the second thing is like the actual things that you learn about the test. You can do this shit online. If you really, really want to take the SAT and get a 1600 on it, do it yourself. The only person who can motivate you is yourself. Nobody else but you. You do it yourself. You take the practice tests on your own. You focus. You concentrate. You learn the different things. You take it, you'll be fine. But guess what? You know what the worst part is? We were my graduating class of high school, 2019, was the last class that had to take the SAT for UCs, for CSUs, for private colleges, whatever. We were the last graduating class that had to do it. 2020 onwards, because of the pandemic, they basically canceled the SAT. You don't have to take, it's test optional. So you don't have to take a single test unless you want to go to a really elite private school like Harvard, Yale, Duke, whatever. I never wanted to go to any of those schools. I'm a fucking mediocre student at best. I would have loved to not take the SAT. Then I would have had a free summer to do whatever the hell I wanted. Fucking SAT camp, bro. Biggest waste of money, biggest waste of your time. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's so stupid, and it's the business that deserves to absolutely be canceled. Test-taking agencies are bullshit. Don't follow them. They're dumb. If you're a parent of an upcoming high schooler and you're thinking about sending them to JQ or whatever the fuck test agency, don't. It's useless. It's truly useless. Your child will end up fine. They'll end up at a good school if they're motivated enough and they're willing to work hard. Even then, college is still useless. So who cares? Who really cares at the end of the day? Like, honestly, I don't know. Test taking for me was just such horseshit. I would hate to be involved in it again. If I ever have children, Jesus, I hope the SAT is just canceled for life by then. At that point, it's just we're not doing the SAT. We're done with it. Period. That would be like my dream. If the college board just all collapsed, it was like instead of the fall of Saigon, it was the fall of the college board. I can't wait for that day. I can't wait. Which leads me to my next topic that I want to talk about, right? So dream schools. We just talked about fucking Elite and Excel and all these test prep agencies and how they're dumb. So let's talk about dream schools for a second, because frankly, I believe that if you have a dream school, it's very, very, very dumb. And let me explain why I think dream schools are stupid to all my high schoolers on TikTok. So, listen, I don't have a problem if you have a dream school, right? That means you got a goal and you're going to go out and achieve it, and fantastic. But the thing is, when people put all their resources and all their stock into getting into this dream school, that's where the problem lies. Because people don't understand. Like, oftentimes, a lot of high school kids have their, like, seniors or even transfer students for that matter, have their school that they have their eyes set on. And it's like locked and loaded. Like, this is where I want to go. If I get in, like, pack my bags, I'm going to be there tomorrow. And if you ask a lot of these kids, like, even I had a dream school, to be fair. My dream school, back when I was a teeny weensy little high schooler who was 17 and insecure, my dream school was Loyola Marymount, which in hindsight, I laughed my fucking ass off because I would have, it was Loyola. It was Loyola Marymount. That was my dream school. I wanted to go there so bad. Their campus is gorgeous. Film school's top 5 in the nation. The opportunities, the chances, all of that. Like, it was just like, I'd be in LA. Like, that's all I wanted. That is all I fucking wanted was Loyola Marymount. If I got into Loyola Marymount, that's where I would have gone to school. I almost ED'd there. But I didn't. I think I EA'd. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I EA'd to Loyola Marymount. But that was my dream school. That was where I wanted to go for a really, really long time. And I remember my parents very specifically asking me when I ED'd to Loyola Marymount, why do you want to ED to Loyola Marymount? And I was like, it's LA. It's beautiful. The campus is gorgeous. We went and visited that summer too. And my parents were like, it was so funny because my parents were not impressed. They were like, this shit is expensive. And me not knowing money at that time was like, yeah, but look, it's on a hill. It's the best view of Hollywood. And yeah, in hindsight, I'm so happy I didn't go there because I would have hated it. They, like, honestly though, it's a super Christian school. It's pretty white. It's very private. It's like a private institution. It's on like a hill. It's super pretentious, filled with a lot of rich people. And tuition is up the ass. It's like $60K a year. I was like, I think about it and I'm like, why was that my dream school? Just because it looked pretty. And so there's a lot of kids out there who have dream schools, whether that be fucking, university, whether that be Harvard, whether that be Stanford, Duke, fucking Cal, all of these schools. Why do they like it? Oh, the program's ranked really highly, or, oh, it's super beautiful. But let me destroy the myths real quick. I don't believe in programs anymore. I really don't. You know why? Because my community college professor put it best. He taught a class, Com 10, Fundamentals of Oral Communication, at De Anza College, which is where I went to community college, and also like where a lot of kids go to community college. And he taught this class, Com 10, Fundamentals of Oral Communication. He'd drive in his car, go 45 minutes north to Daly City to San Francisco State. There, kids were paying 7 times the price. And he taught the same exact class, except it was called Com 132, Oral Communication Fundamentals. I don't care. I'm sure. I don't know what the community college is around Cal, but there are professors that probably teach it both and teach the same exact fucking class. What is the point of going to Cal over going to community college when there's probably that same switch up going on more times than you would like to think? I don't understand it. Maybe if you go to a private school, it's different, right? Maybe like Duke University professors are only at Duke or like Harvard, whatever. But why, man? Why? Think about your dream school for a second. Look at the price tag on it first, because a lot of people really dream to go to like private schools and really expensive public IVs or whatever it is. And you look at the price tag, you look at the program, you look at the classes. Those same classes could probably be taken at your local state school for a fraction of the price, and it's probably the same level of education. Probably. I honestly, that's what it is. It's the program like strength is bullshit. Unless you're like the only school that I could really see like having a significant advantage in a program is schools that do like co-ops and stuff. So if you get like internships or co-ops, like go to that school because that'll actually give you opportunity that you can translate to the real world. Other than that program, everyone really learns the same fundamental skills in college. If you're a comm major at UC Davis versus a comm major at Harvard, you guys are probably taking the same classes as an undergrad, right? Graduate school is a whole different fucking program. But undergrad is like the same baseline level of education throughout the country. Well, no matter what major it is, CS at Harvard is the same as fucking CS at UCSB. I'm sorry, except the UCSB kid is probably a hell of a lot smarter because he, she, or they are saving a bunch more money than the kid at Harvard. That's it. Dream schools are stupid. Don't have a dream school. No, I'm kidding. Look, if you want to have a dream school, that's totally fine. But just think about it. Just think about it a little more. Okay? And I'm saying this because I know there are a lot of college kids who are making their college decision based on like in the next couple weeks because May 1st is coming up. I got to make mine soon too. A lot of college kids are making their decisions like throughout this month. They're going and visiting schools. They have their dream schools that they maybe got into or didn't get into. I would consider this. Have a thought exercise and ask yourself, why is this your dream school? If your reasons are stupid, like this campus is pretty or the program is good, just think about whether the compromise is there, right? Where like if you're debating between a state school and like a really elite private school and you're saying I want to go to this elite private school which is 5 times the price and because the program is better, look at the state schools classes and compare them to the private colleges classes. I guarantee you 98% of them are the same, they're just different names. And they're probably taught by professors who arguably are of the same credibility level. Because if to be a college professor, you got to be pretty smart. You got to have at least a master's. You got to have at least a PhD for some cases. So why are like and that's a requirement among state schools and in private schools as well. So what does a private school have over a state school? Smaller classes. Like, okay, dude, if you have to deal with one 300-person class, big fucking whoop. Okay? Wow. Duke University class ratio 25-1. I'm not going to pay $70,000 a year for 25-1. I'm just saying. These are just things to consider. So for all my high school kids out there that have dream schools, just reconsider for a second. Reconsider, sit down, and think, what does college really mean to you? What do you want out of college? And why is this your dream school? Think about it a little deeper. That's all I'm saying. Okay, listen, we talked a little bit about dream schools and colleges, and I've been talking a lot about college, even on the Changavi show, the last episode. So let's go back to Will Smith. And I'm going to go on a rant once again, because people need to shut the fuck up about this subject. I'm sick and tired of hearing about William Smith. Okay. I don't care anymore. I do not care about how he slapped Chris Rock. And here's the thing, the media, the media, freaking the media, they always try to find a way to extend the story. And what I've been noticing is CNN and various cable news networks are putting out this content that Will Smith and the Chris Rock slap is going to promote African American violence for years to come. And did Will Smith assault Chris Rock? I'm like, bro, if you're really going to say Will Smith assaulted Chris Rock, walk into any Indian parent's house in Fremont, California, 7 p.m. on a Friday when report cards are due. Then, yeah, you'll see assault all over the city of Fremont, bro. All those parents should be motherfucking arrested. Yeah, you go to any freaking city that has Indian parents, the day report cards come out, you're going to see things way worse than Will and Chris, okay? The only reason this is popular is because it's Will and Chris. Will Smith, the star of After Earth, slaps the shit out of Chris Rock, who voiced Marty from Madagascar. Wow. 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 Who cares? It happened. It was admittedly, for 24 hours, you can care. For 48 hours, you can care. But every celebrity gossip headline goes the same. It's the event happens. Shock. I've never seen something like this. How could this ever happen? Oh my God. How? How are we in this situation? Then 48 hours later, could this mean the end of the Academy Awards? Celebrity delivers public apology. That's obviously scripted by their PR firm. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, they're so good. You know, Marcy, Will's a real good man for dealing that apology. And then after that, then the media starts running with it. Then they start going on their own way. They're like, bro, is Will Smith promoting African American violence? Is this going to contribute to rising crime rates in Los Angeles for years to come? Is this the end of Chris Rock's career? Da, da, da. Like, everyone is just like all over this for no freaking reason. And they're going to come up with headlines that don't exist and that are stupid and that are dumb. And no one wants to hear about it because it's been a week. The public apologies come out. Will Smith resigned from the Academy, which, I mean, everyone can have their own thoughts on that decision. I personally am like, okay, whatever. Cool. But like, yeah, it's over. It's over. Nobody cares. There's still a war going on in Russia and Ukraine. There's still a war going on in Yemen, last I checked. Let's move on. Okay, it was a slap. You can have 48 hours, but that's it. My rule with celebrity gossip headlines from now on, I'm giving them 48 hours of my attention, and then after that, I don't care. I do not care about Will Smith. I do not care about Chris Rock. I care about them as people, okay? I care about if Will Smith stars in After Earth, okay? Because I want to see After Earth 2, because After Earth 1 was just a banging film. If you haven't seen After Earth, you absolutely have to go see this classic movie. 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. You have to see it. But I don't care. I don't care. And this like Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson, I cared for a total of about 3 hours. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is stupid. All right, I'm going to move on. My life hasn't changed. Who cares? Don't give celebrity gossip this attention because there's so much more cool things going on in the world. Okay, Zendaya and Tom Holland, people gave a shit about that for 3 months. I was over it in 1 day. Get over yourself. Celebrity gossip is stupid. They don't care about you. They are people who are making millions of dollars. Regardless of the slap, Will Smith is still making millions of dollars a month because his autobiography sales probably went through the roof after that. Chris Rock's freaking comedy show, his tickets went all the way up. They don't care about you. They don't care because they're making millions. They don't give a shit. Whatever side you side on, you could be Team Chris, you could be Team Will, you could be neither team. They don't give a fuck. So move on. It's stupid. And I want to talk about more pressing and important issues, like the fact that I love Harmless Harvest coconut water. This episode is sponsored by Harmless Harvest. Coconut water that's directly pressed from Oakland, California. Let me show you this bottle. Look at this sexy ass bottle. Ooh, Ooh! If you're on YouTube, you can see that. It's blocking my face. Look at that. Harmless Harvest. Cold pressed organic coconut water. Available at your store and Safeway for only $4.99. That's right. $4.99. Get your Harmless Harvest anywhere you can go. Okay, that was a completely fake sponsor message, but I have a message for Harmless Harvest right now, real quick. Harmless Harvest, social media team, Harmless Harvest in Oakland, California. If you guys are watching, I want to be the next Harmless Harvest ambassador. Okay, I know you guys have Juan Toscano Anderson, one of my favorites on the Warriors. But why don't you get a Warriors fan too, bro? I drink this stuff all the time. Okay, I want to get your attention. I don't know how to do that. I'll tag you on Instagram. I'll probably post this as a TikTok clip. I want you guys to respond to me. I have 120 followers. I know that's not a lot on Instagram, but my TikTok following's growing and I'm growing as a creator. I'm becoming good. I'm kind of decent at this now. So I'm asking you, Harmless Harvest, take a chance on me. Take a freaking chance like you took with this company. And listen, I know you're the healthiest coconut water out there because it's pink. Because it's pink. No other coconut water is pink. Not Vita Coco. Vita Coco's trash, Harmless Harvest. I'm all about the Harmless Harvest. You know why? Because they're from the Bay Area. They're locally harvested. They cold press their coconuts. And yes, are they a tad more expensive than everybody else? Yeah, but their quality, boo, way better. Way better than fucking Vita Coco. Who likes Vita Coco? Gross. Harmless Harvest only. I just want to make that very clear. I am in love with Harmless Harvest. They can please get in touch with me. I would love to be your ambassador. This bottle's great. In fact, I'm going to take a sip right now, so give me a second. Tastes like nature's candy. I love it. I love Harmless Harvest. Please, Harmless Harvest. I will do fake ads for you all day. Just give me the opportunity. I'm looking at you in the camera. I know you're from the Bay. I know you guys could use some help. You're kind of a small business. Not a lot of people know about you, but me and my coworkers love you. I want to make that very clear. We are big Harmless Harvest fiends over in the Bay Area, in the South Bay. So definitely come through with the sponsorship because I would love to talk some business when it comes to some Harmless Harvest. I love Harmless Harvest. It's great, but I'm not. I think it'd be fantastic if we collaborated because I love this shit. It's great. Coconut water and coconut smoothies. I've never done the coconut smoothies, but I know the coconut water is really cool. Anyway, that's all I gotta say to Harmless Harvest, right? You guys are great. You guys are killing it, doing your thing. I respect it. I respect your job. So yeah, get back to me if you guys want talk business. If you want to talk business. Can we talk about high school for a second? This is always the time of year I think about high school, right? Because it's like April. And this was like when the party really started, like second semester senior year. It was just like we're done with public education for life, baby. And it was great. It was pretty cool. When second semester senior year was fun. I cannot believe it's almost what 3 years for me, 3-4 years ago almost. Since second semester senior year. That's kind of crazy. But I like high school. I loved high school. No, that's a lie. That's a fucking lie. I did not love high school. Why did I say that? I liked that part of high school. I loved that part of high school. The last 3 months were great. But let me tell you something about high school that I love. Music. The music that came out when I was in that 4-year period, and this goes for like everyone I talk to, they're like, the music in high school was elite. And it was high school music for anybody in any generation. I don't care if you graduated in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, the late 2010s like I did. It's phenomenal. 2015 to 2019, in terms of the rap game, had some of the most fire songs come out. Dude, my junior year, God's Plan, Nice for What, and Sicko Mode all dropped. I do not understand how you could have a more fire 3 songs, bangers, Just drop. Travis dropped Astroworld beginning of my senior year. Yes, indeed. Drake was on a straight heater when I was in high school. From like 2016 on, Views, just fucking Child's Play, and then what are the other ones, dude? I can't think. Controlla, which came out my sophomore year. Like all of these beauties just came. Life of Pablo came out when I was in high school. Beebs in the Trap, Rodeo. No, Beebs in the Trap came out when I was in high school. Did Rodeo came out when when I was in high school as well. Astro World. Okay, I know I just listed Drake and Travis, but like Rihanna released Anti in 16, which was like my sophomore year, and just like bangers, straight bangers came out for 4 years. 4 years I was in high school, bangers came out. You know, it's kind of crazy to look that time has passed like this, where we're like the pandemic, you know, when we were living through that early quarantine, that early lockdown, time felt like it couldn't go any slower. The days blended together. It felt like April 1st was just happening over and over and over and over again. And now, you know, we're kind of in the end game of the pandemic, so to speak. I know scientifically there's probably different terms for it, but I'd like to say we're in the end game, dude. And the fact is, we're in the end game of the pandemic. We're almost 4 years. We're almost 4 years removed from high school, which is kind of insane to think about. Almost 4 years. I mean, it's gonna be 3 years in June. It'll be 4 next June, dude. I want to say this. This had me cracking the fuck up. So recently, I go through Instagram, right? I was going through Instagram, just like, you know, see, like as one does, liking people's posts, not really enjoying it, but just going through it because that's social media. I was going through it and I came across this post and it said, coming to you soon in 2022, I'm going to be a parent. Something along those lines. And there's a picture of the ultrasound. And I was like, what the fuck? And it came out on April 1st. So I'm like, oh, this is just an April Fool's joke. They're just messing with me. And I look at the post. And I look at the person. And I look at the comments. And I'm like, holy shit. This is like someone I knew in high school is going to have a baby this year. This year, this person is going to have a baby. They're going to have a baby. I was literally like, what? What? How, bro? How? I'm 21. I don't have my shit together at all. I'm more single than I was in high school. No woman has looked at me for fucking years. And then we have people out here making babies. I'm like, what? How? How? There are kids in my high school who I graduated with, younger than me, having kids. Like there's an actual child that this individual is going to be the parent to. I was like, what? What? How? How am I so old? And also, how am I so fucking immature? I was just laughing. I was laughing at all of these things. I was also laughing at the fact that, like, damn, like, this kid had a baby, is gonna have a baby? Like, how? How is this happening? I can't even believe it. I cannot believe that at my 5-year high school reunion, potentially, I don't know if they do 5 years anymore. At my 10-year high school reunion, this kid's child is going to deadass be 6 years old. And I'm going to show up to that 10-year high school reunion acting like a fucking 6-year-old. Because that's who I am. I'm just shocked. I am shocked at the maturity level of people my age. Truly, there are people that are willing to have children at 21 years old. This individual is probably younger. I think they're 20. I think they're 20. This person's 20. Something like that. Fucking insane. Bro. That person's going to be a parent to a young little child. How? I cannot believe this. I don't know if you could tell by my voice. This is freaking insane. I just cannot put my mind around this. I bet you the next couple of years there's going to be a marriage proposal from somebody else. I bet you we're going to be sitting here at 27, probably still in this house. And everyone's going to be like, she said yes, or he said yes, or oh my God, they got into a beautiful partnership. And it's just going to be like, wow. Here's me with my fucking harmless harvest. Living my life. Dude, this is insane. This is insane. Like, I could see it, right? Like 26, there'd be a child being born. I'm 21. I haven't graduated college yet. Most of my peers haven't graduated college yet. There's a child being born from my house. And listen, I get it. There's probably gonna be a lot of people that watch this and be like, dude, this happens in my neighborhood all the time. But I grew up in the Bay Area. Okay, let me explain to you something about the Bay Area. This particular parts of the Bay Area, because there's like parts of the Bay Area where like teen pregnancy is more common than others. Teen pregnancy ain't common in my neighborhood. Okay, kids don't get into relationships till their mid freaking 20s. And also, like, if teen pregnancy was happening, a lot of it is like kind of closed off, right? It's like, oh, we, probably decided to abort the baby, or we took plan B, the night it happened or whatever. Right? Like that's the stuff that's happening. It's all happening behind closed doors. This was the first, like, I think I was just shocked by the publicity of it. I was like, whoa, what? We're publicizing parents? What, like being a teen parent? What? Like, I was just like, what is going on? What is happening? That is like what I was just reacting to at that point, was like, how did we get here? Like, this is pretty freaking insane. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is a kid I had class with. And now the kid is going to be a parent. It's unbelievable. I'm protecting their identity because I don't want them to get mad at me, but also, like, they're a parent. How? Wow. I know this is supposed to be about music in high school, but damn. Kids in my graduating class out here becoming parents now. Best part of the whole thing was I was looking through the comment section, and some person I knew in our high school class, like, commented. I think they were really close friends with him, with this individual, and they commented like, "Oh my gosh, like, can't wait to be the fun aunt!" Exclamation point. When when like a week ago, all I saw was like, sorority party, yes, getting wasted on the sangria. Go from that to aunt real quick. No hate, I swear, no hate. Like, I respect the fact that, this individual was at a sorority party getting lit and just doing their thing. But like, I just can't. I have no words. I cannot articulate properly into words just how shocked I am at this public announcement of being a parent at 20, 21, whatever age this person is. But for real though, I wish them nothing but the best. Obviously, like, you're having a little baby come into the world. I hope the baby turns out okay. I'm sure it will. Wishing you guys nothing but the best with your parenting. Yeah, if you guys ever see this, I highly doubt they'll ever look at it, to be honest. But yeah, it is the way it is. I hope y'all are doing well, and that baby, that you guys are excited to raise the baby. That's all I can say. Okay, I'm gonna move on because this is this fucking thing is ridiculous. I have some goals that I want to bring to you guys, right? Like I feel like every content creator's got, goals of sorts. They're very they're very goal oriented people because that's what we're supposed to do. Um have goals with our internet success. But I haven't had internet success. So I thought to myself, I was like, okay, give me write down 3 goals that I would ultimately want to have if this content creator career is successful, which I think it will be. I know it will be. I'm just trying to manifest it. So here are my 3 goals with internet fame because it's going to happen. Obviously. Maybe. 3 goals. 3 ultimate goals. Number 1. My number 1 goal with internet fame. No, this is in no particular order. Number 1. Reunite One Direction. That is my ultimate goal with internet fame. No, I'm kidding. This is one of my goals, though. I've always had this fantasy that I was going to interview all of One Direction together, like Dr. Phil style, and then like get them all together. This was just like something like a pipe dream I had in like 2020, like during the pandemic. I was like, what if I could just fucking reunite One Direction right now? What if I was the reason they got back together and they were like, Anuj, you don't know you're beautiful. And I'm like, I know I'm the fucking shit. What if I reunited One Direction? That is my pipe dream. I will reunite One Direction if I ever get famous. That is my number 1 goal. No, it's not number 1, but it's in my ultimate goals of internet fame. Number 2, I want to meet all sorts of famous people. Kind of backpacks off number 1. Meet all sorts of like famous people and celebrities and people that everyone admires and continue to talk shit about them and say things that I have no right to say. Basically what I'm doing right now. Like I would love to do this for a living. This is hella fun. Talking shit. I've already talked some shit, man. And it's gotten me in a little bit of trouble with the blue checks. I've gotten in trouble with the blue checks. There have been blue checks in my DMs that have been like, who the fuck are you? I will not reveal who that blue check is, but there have been blue checks. There have been blue checks that are in the DMs that are like, who do you think you are? I had to all tell them the same thing. I'm Anuj Changavi. I have my own show, the Changavi Show. Who the fuck are you? I don't care. I don't care. Listen, if they're like cool people, absolutely, I'm for it. But if they deserve criticism and they're not going to take their criticism, hell nah. Hell nah. Who are you? Who are you, blue check? Just because you have a blue check in front of your name, you think you're cool? Hell no. Hell no. And then number 3 is to make my parents proud of me because they're Indian and they will probably never say it vocally. So, if I could piss off a celebrity high enough of stature where they would notice, maybe like a Barack Obama or something, they would, maybe they would get mad at me and then say they're proud because I have the clout. Because at the end of the day, all we're looking for is clout and fame and the just mere ability that you possess sitting in this fucking red ass chair in our house, which which my parents pay for. Dude, yeah, that's my 3rd goal. My 3rd goal is to just absolutely be is to make my parents say, I'm proud of you and record it on camera and post it on the internet and that would be my message. Record them saying it. And then like put the fucking go little rock star TikTok thing over it and being like, if I can do it, you can do it too, Indian kids. Let's aim for the moon. Let's get this all done. Brown kids to the moon. Brown to the moon, baby. Brown to the moon. We should make that a hashtag. Brown boys to the moon. No, that's weird. Okay, I'm going to stop because this is getting fucking weird. That's it. That's all I have on this Changavi After Show. Number 16 is in the books. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys like the after shows where I talk a lot of shit like I did for about 54 minutes here, you feel free to like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, feel free to hit that follow button. If you're on Apple Podcasts, feel free to leave me a 5-star review. That was fucking phenomenal. I love harmonizing. So feel free to do all of that. If you want to join the Chang Gang, the links are down below. So I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I got Facebook for my oldies out there. For my aunties and uncles who have made it all the way here. Hello. Namaste. Please like me. Not please like me. Please hit the like button on Facebook, and it should be a good time. I'll be posting all my clips that I post on TikTok, which you guys probably can't access, on Facebook, so you guys can get mad at me and get mad when I say fuck backup plans and my message to aunties and uncles, because I love it. Anyway, so go hit the like button on Facebook, go hit the follow button on Facebook, go follow me on TikTok, on Twitter, on Instagram, at the Changavi Show, all platforms, including Facebook. So definitely go hit it up. Anyway, other than that, that's all I got. Coming to you live from the Bay Area, from my parents' house, from the floor of my bedroom that I once inhabited as a child and continue to inhabit as a full-grown ass 21-year-old male. I'm a new Changavi, signing off from the South Bay, from his parents' house, like a loser. All right, guys. All right. I'm out. Okay. Peace, everybody. I will see you for the Changavi Show, where I will be much more professional and much more eloquent in the way that I speak. All right. I'm out. Bye.